Okay, hello guys, what's up Gundam fans and Gundam builders? This is Connor here, and today we are going to be wrapping up my review of the 1/100 scale Master Grade High Nu Gundam version Katoki. Today we are going to be finishing it up with the completed version of the MS itself, and of course the accessories that comes with, as well as the accessories that come with the expansion pack. I will be going over the accessories that come with the kit first, and then we will move over to the accessories. But let's put this guy together and see what you guys think about this Gunpla, and if you guys are thinking about picking it up off the shelf. And here is the final version of the 1/100 scale Master Grade High Nu Gundam version Katoki. Just a quick spin around of the Gundam itself. Very, very bulky Gundam, as I was saying to begin with. And of course, it's going to get bulkier when we eventually throw on the expansion set. But you may notice that my Gundam is leaning a little bit to the left. That's because I guess the little slide leg gimmick is, one of them may be a little off. I'm not going to bother fixing that right now. But here we can totally see what the Gundam is going to look like once you get it out of the box, without the panel lining, minus the panel lining and the painting and everything that I did. But with decaled up, it's going to look pretty good. It does a nice job of hiding the little nicks when you cut it off the gates and everything, but pretty nice. You are going to need to do some touch-ups on the purple, though. The purple does not do a very good job of hiding the nicks. The white, however, does. The gray does a fairly okay job. However, the purple does not. The purple does not do a good job of hiding nips, so you're going to have to bust out that Real Touch marker or get some paints like I did. Tamiya purple is what I used, and it's pretty good. And now we're going to move on to the accessories. Starting off with something really simple is the beam rifle. Pretty simple looking beam rifle. I decided to throw on my own little kind of, I guess, color scheme that I put on into there. So you got white, and it's supposed to be a little gray looking. Let me just zoom out real quick. No, zoom out, you. Technical difficulties, sorry about that. But I decided to go with a gunmetal, and I decided to go with a chrome gold, decided to paint the pipes, and just decided to make it a different color scheme. It does come with a peg that'll slide out, and you can plug it into the hand. And once you actually plug it into the hand, to attach the beam rifle, you just gotta pull out a little peg that is located in the hand. You can't really see it because of the lighting that I got going on. And there's a little slit here in the rifle, and if you combine the two together, you can kind of pull off a pretty decent pose with the beam rifle. Holds it in really sturdy. Let's do a little shake test real quick. It's not going anywhere since it's got a peg in there. It's supposed to come with two pegs, one in the beam rifle, one in the hand, but I sadly lost the peg that'll go into the beam rifle. But either way, it's not dropping it. It is not letting go. Very, very solid beam rifle. However, the kit itself will be a little flimsy. As you can see right here, over time it will bend down. The wrist will not hold it very well, so over time it will begin to drag down. Let's see how well it holds up when you eventually get the really, really large beam rifle in his hand with the expansion set. Next up, we have the classic, I was about to call it a shield, bazooka. We pretty much just got two of these with the expansion set. I decided to only build one since it's the same bazooka, same decal, and we're not going to really hold on to it at all. So for really gimmicks here, all the thing you have is just the barrel will slide up and down and the handle can move. Now, of course, with Gundam bazookas, it's always really hard for the Gundam to hold them. But let's try it out, and this one does have an extra peg inside the handle, so let's see if the Gundam will actually be able to pull off a really nice pose. Next up we have is the shield. This is the simple version of the shield that comes with it. Really, really nice white shield with the detailing on there. Pretty good. The only really things that, there's no movement on this thing at all except when you do have the little joint here that can move. The reason why it is not here right now is because I actually moved it onto the other shield that comes with the expansion set, because that shield is pretty nice. I will pose with it like that, but you're going to have a little peg here that'll plug into the hand, which is located on this arm right here, and you can see a little hole there, so you can insert the peg there, and once you do that, and it actually does a fair job of holding the bazooka in there. Shake test really quickly. With two pegs in there, it is definitely not coming out. I can wiggle this thing all day. However, it will slide on the shoulder. Gundam bazookas have always been known to not really stay on the shoulder, or you can't get it on the shoulder perfectly, so that's to be expected with this bazooka. Just standard bazooka, and if you want to have it on there, you can. Really nice addition to it. Bazooka is okay. decals a lot on that thing, really bring it to life. And of course, with some panel lining, you're gonna really get a lot out of detail-wise with the kit. But pretty good bazooka nonetheless. However, I will not be posing it like this with the bazooka one bit. And presto, he's got a shield. Once again, this is the shield that comes with the expansion set. I will talk about this shield later, but right now I'm just going over what you can do with the shield. The pretty nice shield. Sadly, there is no handle that you can use to have the new Gundam hold on to. So the only really thing that's holding it onto place is the peg right there that will be attached into his arm. Nice shield. I really do like the expansion set one. This is definitely the shield that I'm going to be posing with. Just because it's got like the purple camouflage going on. Just really nice shield. However, the decals were a pain to put on, and I will tell you about that story later on. Next up, it's pretty tiny, is the beam sabers. Yes, this is the tiniest beam saber I've ever seen. You're gonna get 2 of these, both of which will include a peg. I decided not to put the peg in there because you're gonna have a peg in the hand anyway. So pretty much the only thing you're gonna get with is 2 blue beams and 2 beam sabers, one of which is hidden into the other arm. All you gotta do is plug it into the beam saber like so, and bam, you got a beam saber. And once you plug it into the hand, once it's in the hand, you actually got some nice Luke Skywalker swag going on. I actually do like it with the beam sabers in hand, but there's one other gimmick that you can do with the beam sabers, which is there is another hidden beam saber inside his arm, and you can either have an action pose of him reaching for the beam saber, or you can actually do something like this. You can actually have the beam inserted into the hidden beam saber, so Assassin's Creed / Luke Skywalker swag. But if one hidden beam saber wasn't enough, you can have 2 hidden beam sabers. Obviously, you can make the pose more attractive, but I decided just to, for the sake of the video, to go ahead and have it like that. With my custom paint job in there with the Gatling machine gun beam saber thing. But you get the idea. You can have dual wield, dual hidden blade beam saber things. Pretty. And lastly, for accessories, we have the huge backpack, which is really nice. I do like how the fin funnels can be individually articulated. Everything does come off a bit loose, so you're going to have to be very careful when you're moving everything, especially this way, because it will kind of pop off. One fin funnel might actually pop off while I'm doing this part. The tanks here can individually move on their own, which are very nice, and I decided to paint the thrusters up here chrome silver. The centerpiece here can't really do a lot. It will tend to pop off a few times because it's not properly secured into the clamp. And of course, to attach it on here, this is another complaint that I have about this. These little wing holders or wings here, the only thing that's really keeping them in is this little peg that's right here. So this is going to come off pretty easily, and there's nothing back here to keep that from happening. The only really thing that you got keeping it from actually falling off is when you insert it into the kit, which we will do here in just 1 second. So here it is with the backpack on, but as you can see, this thing is massively back heavy. So thankfully you do have the little fuel tanks that are going to be holding up there. But luckily Bandai got smart and decided to throw in a display stand. And here is the display stand with all of its little arms up, so that way you can attach the fin funnels on there and make it look like it's flying out. I decided to paint the base of it purple because, you know, it's purple along with the Gundam. It does come black, but like I said, I decided to paint it purple for a specific reason, just to match the color. Now let's see if we can try to get this thing airborne, where it truly belongs. And finally, with all my struggles to finally get it on the stand, there it is, destined to be airborne. This kit has to be airborne. There's no way that you will be able to stand it up on a shelf. However, I need to be very careful with the mounting mechanism on here. What I did was I mounted the backpack onto the display stand, and then I attached the kit itself, the Gundam, to the backpack. The connection to the backpack and the Gundam is not very good. It's actually like really flimsy, and it's very possible that you are going to have this kit fall down. Like just the slightest wiggling and it will come down. That's why I'm being very careful. So as in terms of connection, there is actually a piece that comes with the kit, but I lost that piece to make the connection more solid. But this is the best that I'm gonna do, so you need to be careful if you guys are assembling this. It's J6 is the piece, so you need to be careful not to lose that. Don't do what I did and lose that piece, otherwise you're stuck with this, and your poses are going to be very limited on what you can do. So I actually just did a little experiment just now. So because I actually lost this piece that is right, if I can get it, there it is, Juliet 6, that is the piece I lost. So I decided to cut that little spike that's right there off. Here, let me show you. This little spike right here, I decided to cut that off and actually have the backpack mounted onto the stand, and pretty much the backpack is the only thing that's holding the kit up, and the end result is actually really good. You have a better connection, so I have more confidence in this kit since it's airborne. But only do this because if you lost this gray piece right here, the Juliet 6 piece like I did, that is the only legitimate reason to do so, because that's the only like really good connection that I'm gonna get because I lost that piece. If not, just follow the instructions, please. Do not do what I did. Only if you lose that piece, then you can do what I just did. Because right now the end result is just perfect. I heard the click that I've been looking for. It looks more stable. And would you know, it is more stable. I have full confidence in this thing now. I'm so glad it's airborne.